And good morning and welcome back. We have Adair County Ambulance District here this morning to tell us and show us why it's important to call them during an emergency, specifically if you're experiencing chest pains. This morning we have Troy Mihalovich and Blake Roberts here this morning to break it all down for us. How are you doing, gentlemen?
Good morning. Doing fine.
Thanks so much for coming. So we're inside an ambulance. So first of all, let our viewers know when and why is it important to call 911 if they're experiencing chest pains?
Well, if someone's having chest pain, typically what's occurring is one of the coronary arteries is blocked, which is thereby restricting blood flow to a portion of the heart. And so ideally we want to get that blood flow restored as quickly as possible. It's very time critical. And the importance of calling an ambulance is simply there are many things that we can do to initiate that restoration of blood flow. And Blake will talk about a couple different medications and a couple different therapies we have in a moment that can accomplish that. But that is the ultimate goal in chest pain specifically, is to restore that blood flow. The EMTs and the paramedics on the ambulance can certainly begin that process, and that process is a continuum as we get the patient to the hospital. And we actually are able to get the patient into the hospital system a little bit quicker to really give them the best opportunity to save as much heart muscle as we can.
Right.
So.
And that's important, and it's important to stress because, for somebody who thinks they can drive themselves to the hospital, they're not having that vital, important time that you would have with them in the back of an ambulance on the way to the hospital. So Blake, go ahead and talk to us and let us know some of the equipments that you use inside of the ambulance to help with the process of making sure somebody's okay.
Absolutely. There are several different things we can do to help out a patient with chest pain. First of all, probably oxygen is going to be the first thing we do whenever we get to the patient. Put the patient on oxygen. That's also going to help with a lot of different things. Some of the other medications that we can give for the patient are aspirin, nitro, and morphine. There's several different medications we can give to help with the pain and also help to dilate their arteries, make them pain-free, help get blood flow back to the heart. Something else we can do is go ahead and establish an IV. Once we have the IV established, we can give medications through that IV, and we've also got a way to draw blood for the hospital. By drawing the blood for the hospital, we've already got that done, so it helps expedite the patient's care at the hospital. Basically to check their cardiac enzymes to determine if they really are having a heart attack or what's going on with them. So it really does help to speed up the process. This is our cardiac monitor.
What does this do?
Turn it on. This actually does several different things for a patient with chest pain. It'll take the patient's blood pressure for us, pulse oximetry, look at their oxygen level. We have the cardiac monitor here to basically look and determine what their cardiac rhythm is at the time. If we need to defibrillate the patient, shock their heart back to a normal rhythm, we've got the capability to do that on this machine. Something else we can do is what we call a 12-lead EKG. And a 12-lead EKG is another type of EKG that goes on the patient's chest, and it will help determine if the patient's having a heart attack. It looks at the heart in multiple different angles, and we can actually transmit that from this monitor directly to the hospital.
Wow.
So it's pretty high-tech technology, and it helps, really does help a patient who is having chest pain.
All right, now, sitting in here, this is my first time inside of an ambulance, and it can be intimidating, and I'm sure a lot of people are scared. So kind of just explain the process of once they're inside. Now, is a family member allowed to come inside with them? And I understand that you guys are working to, get their signs back to normal and all that stuff, but kind of explain the process of inside and the atmosphere inside to kind of relieve that kind of stress or anxiety that a patient might have.
Well, we always try to make the family a part of the patient's care. We do a lot of things inside the house, at the scene, to make them aware of what we're actually doing to help out their loved one. They're more than welcome to come in the back of the ambulance with us if the patient's stable to watch and see what we're doing. We usually don't allow people to ride to the hospital with us just for insurance purposes, but we are more than happy to have them come in the back and really watch what we're doing to help their loved one that they care about.
All right. Well, the most important thing that we should get out of today and in this segment is to always call 911. No matter, it's more important for you to be out on the scene. You're the experts, you know what you're doing, and even if it's just a minor chest pain, sometimes it can be a lot more serious than what I might think is serious enough. So, of course, call 911. Any other number that they can call if they need to get in contact with you?
You can call 660-665-5621. That's Adair County Central Dispatch, and they can also dispatch us that way as well. And the number to the base is 660-665-0000.
All right, and what we'll do is we'll post all the numbers and information on our website at heartlandconnection.com. Thank you so much, Blake, and thank you so much, Troy, for coming on.